welcome to Basket Pinas Predicts, powered by 1xBet. It is Monday, the 2nd of December. December na! And it's a great way to start your December week with us. My name is Mara Aquino, your host. And right now, as usual, Naveen is with me, our guest turned co-host for today. Hi, Naveen.
Hi, Mara. It's nice to be here. Advance Merry Christmas to you and all our viewers and everybody watching.
And we have a brand new guest for today. We've heard a lot of great things about this guy, Mark Dun Dun. Dun 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 Dun. Hello. So, former assistant coach in UAP, analyst, writer. You do everything basketball. What else do you do?
Well, I coach, I teach, I broadcast. Anything basketball, essentially. That's what I do. So, I mean, thanks for having me, number one. Happy to be here and looking forward to a lot of surprises, I guess.
Grabe, ang deep ng voice mo. What team do you coach?
Right now, I coach for the University of Asia and the Pacific, the Dragons, over in Ortigas.
So it's nice to have a coach perspective for the show, an analyst perspective for the show. So today we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with the NBA. We're going to be talking about the NBA regular season. So we're going to have fresh perspective for today. So, as usual, we talk about everything that has to do with the NBA. We're gonna give you the recaps of the past games. We're gonna tell you what's hot in the NBA. And we're gonna help you make smart picks with our predictions. And of course, you have a chance to win vouchers with our trivia questions. So good luck with that. Now we're gonna start Basket Pinas Predicts. First, let's take a look at what's hot in the NBA. SGA and Dylan Brooks share.
And then Brooks ties up Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams, here come both teams, here comes Rocket security, and we got a scrum in front of the Rocket bench.
I love it. Look at both teams, they're just loving it. Jalen Williams is screaming.
Really been bodied by in recent years. That felt like a playoff game from start to finish.
How silly are these guys? Look at Shea smiling and Williams.
I hope ultimately after all of this, I hope there's not even
there's no
they're
way.
Offsetting double T's. We don't need any of that.
No, they don't need a T.
I hope it's just play.
So mukha siyang seryoso. Everybody wanted the court, even the security and all the teams. Pero nakasmile sila, tumatawa sila. What exactly happened in that game?
Well, you know, these are teammates for the Canadian national team. In fact, we saw them play here live in Manila last year for the FIBA World Cup that took place. And actually, they finished that tournament with a bronze medal, beating the USA team in the battle for third place game. It was interesting that even at the very critical moment of the game, you saw it was tied less than a minute ago, they were still able to share a laugh. We see Dylan Brooks do this with a lot of players in the NBA. He likes getting under your skin, he likes getting in your mind, and coaches love that sometimes when it can be controlled, right? But with SGA, he's normally a very calm, composed, chill, laid-back kind of guy. That's why you saw him laughing about it. But I think the big thing here, Mara, is that Houston won this game. And the Rockets, many people didn't have them this high in the Western Conference at this point of the season. But here they are, the number 2 seed. They just beat the top seed in the West, OKC. And they look like they could be a very, very strong contender this season. I am very impressed with Houston, Coach. How about you?
Oh, very surprising where Houston is right now at this point of the season. They've beaten the Lakers. They just beat OKC. They look like they have the pieces to compete in the West. But, you know, at the end of the season, you're going to need those vets. They have the young guys. They have Jabari Smith Jr. They have Jalen Green. But they're going to need that maturity to come out at the end of the season if they want to make a deep playoff run.
Mark, do you think na magsistay sila sa top 2? They're second right now.
That's the challenge. Kasi, you know, like I said,
how
kailangan mo
long?
ng veterano. Exactly. And you can never know with the injuries ngayon sa NBA. There's a lot of injuries
Ang
happening.
dami?
Ang dami. My fantasy team is filled with injured guys.
Puro
So
red.
hindi mo masasabi talaga what they look like, ano itsura nila ngayon, kumpara mo sa itsura nila pagdating sa dulo ng season. Injuries will play a story, but at the end of the day, yung mga bata nila sa rotations and the veterans like Dylan Brooks, they're gonna need everyone on board if they want to make a deep playoff run.
Pinapag-usapan nga natin ang injury, and here's what's hot number 2. LaMelo Ball to miss minimum 2 weeks due to calf strain, and that's for his left calf. So nangyari to ng fourth quarter on Wednesday against the Miami Heat. He missed the games with New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks. So this is a significant setback because LaMelo Ball right now averaging 31.1 points, and in fact, nagkaroon siya ng career high ng 50 points dun sa recent game with Milwaukee Bucks. So, What does this spell for his team?
Well, it's obviously disappointing to see LaMelo miss some time because he's been playing great basketball so far this season. In fact, when you look at the numbers, if you have him on your fantasy team, you're very happy, right? He's even, Mara, he's creating different ways to score the basketball. Like, this guy takes shot attempts. I haven't seen anyone shoot the ball like in years. There will be sometimes he has one leg on the floor, one leg up like that, and he'll just flick up a shot from like 40 feet away and still find a way to make it. It goes to show how talented and skilled this guy is. Now, two things though. We've seen over the years, LaMelo Ball is injury prone.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons he's never really been able to catapult himself to that elite tier status in the NBA because of his availability. I mean, there is a saying, the best ability is availability or durability, right? But there is something positive to take out of this. But there is something positive to take out of this. The last few games, even without LaMelo Ball, Charlotte has kept it close against their opponents. What does that tell me? Number one, they have another really good player in Brandon Miller playing in his second year in the NBA. He is an absolute beast. And number two, their head coaching hire, their new coach, Charles Lee, who was with the Boston Celtics a year ago. It's working. He is making this team play hard. He's building a culture in Charlotte. And after years of missing the playoffs over and over and over again and being irrelevant, Charlotte is on the way up, coach.
They are, but again, kailangan nila si LaMelo to be on the floor, to be very competitive. But with this injury history, him and his brother actually are very always injured.
Must be those shoes they used to wear, right?
you can blame the shoes. You can blame the shoes. But again, the availability ni LaMelo Ball really ang tumatalo para sa Charlotte. They want to be competitive. Gusto nilang umangat sa East. Pero pag wala yung star player mo, saan ka na lang pupulutin if you're the Charlotte Hornets?
In the past 2 seasons, he only played 22 and 36 games. So ang sagot nila, I guess, doon, the Hornets are signing guard Isaiah Wong to a 2-way deal to add depth. What do you think about Isaiah Wong?
I don't think he'll play a lot of minutes. I think this opens up the opportunity for guys like Trey Mann when he returns and Brandon Miller to have the ball in his hands more. And that's what I want to see. I want to see if Brandon Miller can be your number one option in a team with LaMelo Ball out these next 2 weeks. And you know what? Charlotte shouldn't rush LaMelo Ball back from injury because, Mara, take note, this is a calf strain injury. And coach, those calf strain injuries are very tricky because that muscle is connected to different parts of your leg that if you make one mistake, it could lead to maybe an Achilles injury or a knee. We saw it happen with Kevin Durant a few years ago. So Charlotte should be very cautious with LaMelo in this instance.
Now, enough with the injuries. Let's talk about something great, something exciting. We have what's hot number 3. Nikola Jokic ties Magic Johnson with 138 triple-double. Third all-time in NBA history. So he had an impressive performance and set a record against the LA Clippers. That was his 8th triple-double of the season. So to get there, si Jokic played 690 games. Si Magic naman, 880 games. So he was able to achieve that with less games. Now, Jokic trails behind 2 players. Can you guys guess who that is?
I already did. I want to see if Coach can guess this. Coach, do you know who leads the triple-doubles in NBA history? I'll give you a hint. One of them is Jokic's teammate right now.
No, it's Westbrook, number 1, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
Westbrook, and number 2 is?
Oscar Robertson.
So Westbrook is 200 and Oscar Robertson is 181 triple-double. So with that, do you think that Jokic can surpass both of them, be the number 1? And if that happens, what could that mean for his legacy?
Well, first of all, I want to say I am so thankful for Nikola Jokic because he proves that even with a dad bod, you can be really dominant as an NBA player. So for the dad bod people out there, don't lose hope.
Pwede pa.
Pwede pa. Now, Mara, I think he can. I'm not sure if he will. I think he can though because to be fair to Magic Johnson, if Magic Johnson played in today's NBA 2024, he would probably have more triple-doubles because the way that the NBA game is played now is so different compared to when he played in the 80s. It's faster, stats are inflated, all that jazz. Jokic's legacy is already really good. He has 3 MVP awards. You can make a case he deserves a 4th again so far with the way he's played this season. He already has 1 championship. So the triple-double would be like, when you put like that little cherry on top of the sundae to make it look extra
Bonus
nice.
achievement.
Exactly. But ultimately, I think Jokic is at the stage of his career, coach, where it's just how many championships can he stack up. So that's how we'll remember him by, because he is absolutely amazing.
No, he's one of a kind. You don't see guys like him coming out. He's a generational talent. But again, you don't count triple doubles pagtapos na yung career mo.
Yes.
They count championships. I don't think Russell Westbrook will be treated in the same way. Na porkit siya yung pinakamaraming triple double in NBA history, maalala siya dahil wala siyang championship.
Yes.
Yung magiging problem. But Nikola Jokic has won. He's looking to add more. And with this lineup, again, if they're healthy, the big asterisk, I feel like they can go deep again.
I feel like they need to make a trade also.
One more score.
I feel like
maybe.
they lack another scorer
Yeah.
to actually contend for a championship.
And what would that trade look like?
I feel like they need another shooter because they take a lot of mid-range shots. They have a lot of good shooters, but they don't have like knockdown 3-point shooters. I think if they can get one more gunslinger from 3-point range to add to their scoring, it might be even better.
Sino yun?
It's tough
Let's
to
name.
say. But if
Who
I
would you
thought,
like?
who would I like? I wish they got Paul George before the season. I really wish Paul George went to them instead. I feel like Paul George together with Jokic would have been awesome. I don't think that can happen now anymore, but that would have been such a great fit for them.
Hypothetically, would anything can happen? Let's say, like, who would you like to see?
I would love to see James Harden in that team.
Uy,
Oh.
he's doing so well.
Exactly.
Actually,
He's
I
doing super
wouldn't.
well. Huh? Bakit?
Because
The ball stays
the
with him.
ball stays with Harden's
But I think
hand,
they'll
which-
play well together. But ang mawawala ng touches si Jamal Murray.
Yes, and also Jamal and Harden together in
Yeah.
defense and the guards.
Yeah,
Parang they
good
can
luck.
get abused.
Good luck.
They
I'm
would-
impressed with James Harden with what he's showing recently. Kahit medyo, mayabang siya and he's the center, but I like the way he's playing. But I like also giving vouchers to all of you. At may chance kayo makakuha ng 1,000 peso voucher dahil ngayon, sasabihin na natin ang ating trivia question. But first, we have to make sure tama ang inyong mechanics. Here's how. Naveen for the first time.
Let's make sure I do this right. Okay, number 1, like and follow Basket Pinas on Facebook at Basket Pinas PH. Number 2, share the live stream on your Facebook page. Make sure your profile is set to public. Okay, that's very important. Number 3, comment your answer for our fast break question of the day during the live stream. In the comment section, you can click comment and type your answer. Number 4, watch the live stream and wait for the announcement of the winners with the correct answers. That's towards the end of the episode, so stay tuned. And number 5, participants must be registered on 1xBet using our promo code BPINAS. Again, BPINAS to join the giveaway.
All right, now that you know the mechanics, good luck. This is the first fast break question. Mark, you can read the question.
Oh, who was the first player to score 70 points in an NBA game?
Who was the first player to score 70 points in an NBA game? You know the mechanics, share the live, make sure it's public, and use the hashtag BasketPinas. Good luck to you. So now, we're going to do recaps of the previous game. We're going to debate about it with Naveen and Mark. First, we're going to be talking about the Phoenix Suns versus the Golden State Warriors. Phoenix Suns defeating the Warriors 113-105 and snapping their recent slump. And this is the Warriors' 4th consecutive loss.
Wow, the hot start of Golden State has really kind of cooled off, right? Now, part of that was because of some of the injuries they faced. We mentioned how the DeAnthony Melton injury felt like something small, but actually it's impactful because he was one of the guys they had in their roster, coach, that played both sides of the floor. Right? For example, someone like Buddy Hield, yes, he's streaky, can get you maybe a game with like 7 or 8 3-pointers, but you're giving up a lot on defense. And I feel like they really miss Melton because he was a good pair with Steph Curry there in the backcourt. I have to give kudos to Golden State though in this game, Mara. Phoenix was up by 15 with I think about 3 minutes left in this game. Golden State made a comeback, but then they made the mistake of leaving Kevin Durant open for a dagger 3-pointer. And when you leave KD open for a 3-point shot like that, you're asking for danger.
But with the Warriors, they were 12-3 in the first 15 games. Tapos sunod-sunod yung mga talo nila. Injuries have played a part, but for me, from a coach's perspective at least, it's the rotation. It hindi pa solid eh. You're playing guys like Podziemski 18 minutes, Jackson Davis 18 minutes. Those guys were expected to play heavily at the start of the season. So medyo wala pa silang rhythm.
Yes.
Yung mga batang players na.
Yes.
Even Jonathan Kuminga, he starts, sometimes he's off the bench. So medyo nalilito pa yung mga batang players na with their roles.
And it's almost like, aside from Steph and maybe Draymond to some degree, they need another guy who's comfortable playmaking with the ball in his hands, right? They have a lot of guys good na off-ball complementary
Yeah, that's
pieces, but not like a fulcrum where you can create with that person.
So Mark, do you think that, kasi parang they have like a roster problem, right? Do you think they're too reliant on Steph Curry and Draymond Green? And do you think this slump that they have right now, is it just like a minor bump? Is it going to continue? A minor hump?
They're too good to be struggling, the whole season long. Pero they need to get their kids involved. Sabi nga ni Naveen, they need that secondary playmaker to give Steph Curry a break, give Draymond Green a break from handling distribution. But you have a guy like Podziemski, you have Jonathan Kuminga, who's very talented. But for some reason, this is the third year we've been waiting on him to really explode.
I know. With Kuminga, it feels like people are expecting him to be a certain way, rather than just realizing this is the player that he is.
Yeah.
They see the potential, not the reality.
Yes.
Ganon.
Yeah.
But let's highlight our ating player of the game, and that's Devin Booker with 27 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals.
Exactly. I like how Devin Booker has kind of been known to adjust his game around the new pieces that have arrived in Phoenix. There's some games he says, okay, you know what, Kevin, you take the ball and you score a lot. I will pass the ball. I will defend. I will be the role player, like he did for USA Basketball in the Olympics, and he did it very well. And take note, this is Devin Booker, the franchise cornerstone of Phoenix. Like, before KD and Bradley Beal and all these other guys got there, Devin Booker was there through the dark ages. He was also there when they made and lost in the finals in 2021. So for him to be willing to adjust his game while remaining very efficient is very impressive.
Now let's highlight the rookies of the Suns. That's Ryan Dunn and also Iguodaro. Dunn provided 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Iguodaro added 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. So they made an impact in this game. Seeing that, do you think na dapat mas ma-integrate sila sa rotation?
They have to be kasi kailangan na i-preserve yung vets nila. KD is not young. And Devin Booker is suddenly a 10-year vet.
Wow.
Out of nowhere.
Wow.
Nakakagulat. So they're gonna need guys like Dunn, Iguodaro to really at least keep their vets fresh. Sariwa. Kasi gusto nilang tumakbo na malalim sa playoffs. They're gonna need some rest sa dulo.
Nakakagulat nga yung 10 years na lumipas. Pati na rin yung month natin ngayon. I feel like it's just like March. Ngayon, December na kaagad. We have the Christmas decor. Time flies by so fast. So we're gonna move on to Atlanta Hawks defeating Charlotte Hornets 107-104. So with this one, it was a nail-biting finish and the game remained tight until the end. So the Hawks secured their 3rd consecutive win. Nakaka-surprising Hawks, like the way they're defeating even Cleveland.
They've beaten Cleveland twice and they've beaten Boston one time. They're the only team in the NBA to have defeated the Celtics and the Cavs, the 2 best teams record-wise in the NBA. And yet their own record stinks.
Bakit ganon? They're defeating the top teams, but they're in the middle. And sa Group C, di ba? They got the title for Group C for the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
So this boggles my mind. How is this possible?
Mara, to me, the Hawks are your streaky kind of team. Streaky in the sense that, they can shoot themselves into competition with any opponent, but they can also shoot themselves out of competition with any opponent. They're streaky that way. There are games when they can get hot from the field. Trae Young can go crazy. He could be passing it to guys like Jalen Johnson and Risa Shea, and they could catch fire, knock down outside shots. And then there are games that they're just not in harmony together, right? Jalen Johnson, by the way, I think this guy is the best player in the Hawks, not Trae Young. I love his combination of size, length, shooting, athleticism. Him and Risa Shea together, I think, is the future of Atlanta. I want to see if Trae Young fits into that puzzle.
Do you agree?
I agree. I've been watching Jalen Johnson since his abbreviated freshman year sa Duke University. He left after half a season due to foot injury. So ayaw niya na isugal na yung ma-injure siya lalo at mawala yung kanyang draft stock. So from that point on, we didn't really know what he could do until he stepped into the NBA. And this is his full potential in display. He's the second leading scorer for the Hawks. Trae Young is ahead by 1 point in average. So andun na siya in terms of being the best player for the Hawks.
Exactly.
And with the Hawks winning, napatunayan nila ngayon na the NBA Cup is working.
Yeah.
It's even though na during this time usually parang the teams are gonna tank, it's gonna be boring, but now they have something to watch. So how far do you think Atlanta Hawks is gonna get?
Well, they're not winning the NBA championship, that's for sure.
No.
I mean, look, if Atlanta wins the NBA championship, somehow I'm gonna wax every hair in my body because that's how much I don't believe they can do it.
Receipts.
No, but you know what, Mara? I like what you said about the NBA Cup. For a young team like Atlanta, that could be a huge confidence booster, right? Because if you're competing in Las Vegas against the best in the NBA and you're going up against them and competing against them at a good level, that's a huge morale booster. I'll give you an example. Last season, the Indiana Pacers made it all the way to the finals of the NBA Cup. They lost in Las Vegas against the Lakers, but that confidence booster propelled Indiana so far that they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs a few months later. So if you're Atlanta, go all the way. You've already beaten Cleveland and Boston. Why not try to win the NBA Cup while you're at it and build some morale for your young team?
Can they be an NBA Cup champion?
Oh, it depends on really how Jalen Johnson plays. We all know how Trae Young will play. He's excellent. But Jalen Johnson, as you said, the best player on the Hawks, I agree. Now, the way he puts it together will determine how far Atlanta will go.
Now, let's talk about Oklahoma City Thunder defeating Houston Rockets 119 to 116. So this game was a back and forth affair. Now they're closing the gap at the top of the standings right now.
Right. Sorry, I made a mistake earlier. I said, wait, actually, yes, Houston did win this game. My bad. I read that as OKC winning. But Houston won this game. And like I said, Mara, I'm kind of in the middle with Houston because I'm very impressed by what they're doing. But at the same time also, I wonder, should they strike while the iron is hot? What do I mean by that? They have a team with about 8 to 9 guys on the roster who you can play at any point. Should you compress those 3 guys into one superstar caliber player?
They have assets.
They have the assets. So like for example, let's say Miami keeps losing. Pat Riley calls up Houston. He's like, I'll take 3 of your guys. I'll give you Jimmy Butler. We know Jimmy Butler is a proven playoff player. Would Houston do that? Would Houston talk themselves into saying, we're close, we can compete and potentially win the conference, let's make a big move? That's what I'm looking forward to when it comes to the Houston Rockets this season.
Speaking of the Houston Rockets, sabi nyo nga kanina, surprise kayo sa standings nila compared to the previous season. So what makes the Houston Rockets special right now with their roster? Bakit sila ganito?
They were very patient in terms of paano nila binuo yung roster nila. They had young guys. They waited on Jalen Green. They waited on Jabari Smith Jr. They got Fred VanVleet for a lot of things. Now they thought there was going to be a bad contract. A lot of people thought that. But they put it together because of their faith in that young core. But are they going to trade it all away?
And to add to that too, they got a really good head coach.
Oh, that's true.
Ime Udoka. Let's not forget, the Boston Celtics, when they made the finals in 2022, Ime was the head coach. And now he is doing that same magic in Houston. He made that Celtics team tough, play hard-nosed defense, and believe they can beat anyone. And I'm starting to see the same magic rub off on the Houston Rockets.
Now let's talk about our player of the game, Fred VanVleet. Let's take a look at his stats. 38 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists. So talagang season high niya with 38 points. So with his leadership propelling the Rockets, how sustainable do you think this is going to be for him?
I don't think he's going to average 38 points a game and become the next Kobe Bryant or something like that. But you know what, Mara? When Fred VanVleet got his contract from Houston before last season, a lot of people said, oh, Houston overpaid to get someone to go to their team. And maybe to some degree, Fred VanVleet is getting paid a lot more than what other players of his talent would be getting. But he's delivering to the Houston Rockets what they needed when they signed him. Leadership, playmaking, a floor general on the court and some shooting. And there will be games he will shoot absolutely terrible from the field. I would know. He's on my fantasy team. But there are also some games where he's going to drop 38 points and lead you to a major victory. What a pickup for Houston.
I agree. You know, with a young team like the Houston Rockets, you need a dog. You know, and Fred VanVleet is just that. He bet on himself. He got that big contract finally, but it never changed how he plays the game. He's always there. He's put his head down. Hard hat on. Trabaho lang talaga siya. And he's leading the way for this very young team. It's still a very young team.
Sabi mo, they overpaid him. Pero, oh my God, this is so off the NBA. Pero there was an Instagram post of an OnlyFans model making a lot more than NBA players. There's one girl, parang 68, 69 million a year na mag-retire na siya, getting paid more than actual stars. So, you're overpaid. The NBA players deserve it. Now, let's talk about this game that happened earlier. And a lot of people are talking about this. It's the Los Angeles Lakers versus Utah Jazz. Los Angeles Lakers won by 1 point, 105-104. Did you watch that game, kanina?
I did. I unfortunately lost money in this game too. I had Lakers minus 3.5. Oh my God. I didn't think
Utah Jazz would win also.
Right. Well, you know, the drama here was at the end of the game, right, Mara? Exactly. We have a video that we're gonna play shortly.
We have a video. Let's take a look at what happened in the last second.
Because this is insane to me. And Coach will give us good perspective here.
Let's watch this.
Sexton, a chance to win. 6 down to 5. Collin, stop and go. Drives, hangs, scores! I believe that Will Hardy got to center court and got a timeout.
Anthony Davis. Hachimura.
Here we go. Sends a ball.
Okay, so
My oh my. They collapsed 3 Lakers on Collins.
All right, okay. So, should the coach have called the timeout in that crucial moment? In such a clutch play, should he have interrupted the flow?
well, you know, Mara, it's very hard, and Coach will attest to this, I'm sure. Sometimes when you're a coach, you have less than a second to make these life-changing split decisions.
Bakit though?
Exactly. Sometimes as a coach though, you see a play unfold and you think it's going nowhere, and you're looking at the clock and you're starting to tell yourself, if this ends up going nowhere and I didn't call a timeout, I'm gonna get criticized for not calling a timeout when I had one.
Well.
Right? And you know, some people have pointed out to me online that shot by Colleen Sexton that went in, everyone's assuming if the coach didn't call timeout, it would have counted and Utah would have won. But some have actually pointed out Anthony Davis decided not to guard him anymore when he realized the coach called timeout. But at the same time too, when you look at the shot that Utah got after, it wasn't even a shot attempt. The guy couldn't get a shot up. So in retrospect, it was the better decision for Coach Will Hardy not to call a timeout because Colleen Sexton was already driving to the rim and probably gonna get a decent shot attempt off. What do you think, Coach? What would you have
what do you
done?
think about that call?
I agree, because as a coach, you either let it go, let them play, and live with this decision of your players, or you call a timeout immediately after that made basket.
Yeah.
You give yourself more time to execute the play, because they had 2 seconds left, catch and shoot essentially, compared to calling a timeout with 8 seconds left on the clock. Mas marami ka pang magagawa, mas marami ka pang options as a coach. But you just trust your place in that situation.
What do you think is gonna happen in the dugout after that game? Now, like they have team discussion.
There are conspiracy theorists that say that the Jazz president and general manager will actually applaud the coach for doing that. Because let's remember, the Utah Jazz aren't going to the playoffs. They're trying to get a high draft pick. And you get a higher draft pick, the more games you lose. So Will Hardy, maybe in the quiet back room somewhere in Utah, they're doing this. They're doing that. They're like, good job.
As a coach, kapag nagkaroon ka ng important, you called miscall or a mistake, what would happen after?
It's command responsibility. You just own up to it. You're a coach, diba? You're the leader. You're the general of your team. Talagang aakuin mo na lang na akin yun. My bad, boys. My bad. And then just move on from that.
And he did with an interview. Now, let's talk about yung player of the game. Let's up the graphics once again. We have our player of the game is... Let's take a look at that. Let's discuss it. Anthony Davis, 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 steals.
Absolutely. Beast mode, consistent all season long. He's been healthy all season long, which is the biggest criticism about him so far in the last few years. I feel like Coach here is a Lakers fan because he's crossing his fingers.
Okay.
And I'm also going to shout out my little sister, Nicole, who is absolutely in love with Anthony Davis. So I'm sure she's happy too. And it's clear as day now, the Lakers' best player is Anthony Davis, not LeBron James.
Speaking of LeBron James, actually, in this game, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, not here. But Davis and LeBron combined 60 points, with LeBron James actually another milestone, surpassing the 15,000 career field goals made, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in this executive club.
Yeah, and he's going to overtake Kareem sooner than later. And it speaks to the longevity that LeBron James has had in his career, which is a testament to the dedication he puts in his mental health, his physical health, his spiritual health. Because we know to be a superstar for 2 decades, at 40 years old, which he's going to be soon, it takes dedication in those different levels.
Magkano nga ba yun? May nabasa ko sa amin, parang he spends $1
1
million ba
million
yun?
a year, yeah.
1 million for...
But he said that's not accurate though. He said in the Netflix documentary it's not accurate. But he said it's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, I would love to have that much money to have a coach for flexibility, for training. Tapos like recently, they even came out with a video na 4 hours before the game, and he's been doing this for a while. There's an actual, may game siya before the game.
Yes.
He does all these, as a coach, right? 4 hours? Wow.
Well, number one, you have to understand, he's a professional.
Yeah.
You know, that's how he earns his money, by taking care of his body. It's not just about what you put on the court. Kailangan mo rin alagaan yung sarili mo in every way, mentally, physically. So LeBron understands that. He understood it from day one, ever since he stepped into the NBA.
Absolutely.
Alam niya kagad yun. And it's obviously paid off for almost 20 years now.
Yes.
20 years.
20, more than 20
That's
seasons. Yeah,
amazing.
Wow.
And he's still creating milestones. Now, what we want from you, we want you to win. We want you to win vouchers, and we're about to give 1,000 peso voucher for the people that get this right if you get the mechanics down. So this is how you're gonna win.
Yes, so first, like and follow Basket Pinas on Facebook. That's at Basket Pinas PH. Share the live stream on your Facebook page. Make sure your profile is set to public. Number 3, comment your answer for our FASTBREAK question of the day during the live stream. Number 4, watch the live stream and wait for the announcement of the winners with the correct answers. That's towards the end of the episode. And number 5, participants must be registered on 1xBet using our promo code BPINAS. It's on the screen, BPINAS, to join the giveaway.
All right, now that you have the mechanics, it's time to give you FASTBREAK question number 2. Here we go.
Well, which player holds the record for most consecutive games played in NBA history?
Which player holds the record for most consecutive games played in NBA history? Write it down below, use the hashtag BasketPinas, and good luck to you. At good luck din kay Mark dahil we're about to do the game called Shoot the Fact. So this time, hindi si Naveen ang sasagot.
Can I just say I'm so happy to be on the other side of this now?
So, magbibigay kami ng tanong at kapag hindi nakuha ni Mark ang tamang sagot, kailangan niyang uminom ng egg yolk.
Protein.
Okay?
Protein. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Raw egg yolk.
Yeah.
Oh, wow! Okay, so
Wow,
parang
this is
wala
gonna be
nang
easy
sasayaw.
for him.
Hindi naman.
Dapat pala ginawa natin 5 egg yolk. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Shoot the Facts question. You guys can also play along. You can write down your answer below. So let's see how hard this is. Shoot the facts. Here we go. Are you ready? Who was the first player to win an NBA championship with 3 different teams? At kapag nakuha niya ito ng tama, si Naveen ang iinom. So who was the first player to win an NBA championship with 3 different
Wala bang clue?
teams?
Wala bang clue?
Alam mo, dati may clue kami. Pero Naveen always got it right. So we took out the options.
Wow. Not one clue? Like, not even one? Wait, can I get like 3 guesses? No.
Do you have a clue? Sige, bigyan natin ng clue. Bigyan natin ng clue.
He was a role player, not a superstar.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of guys.
Come on, coach, you got this. Baptism, trial by fire.
Oh, I want to say no, not him. I'm digging to the past. I want to say Bill Walton. No.
Give him another
Dalawa lang
chance.
sa
Sige.
kanya.
Okay, one more chance.
One more
Oh
chance.
my goodness.
One more chance. Let's see if the people that's watching right now, if you guys know this.
Oh, not Bill Walton.
Let's see. Do you guys know this?
Hukay pa. Sino kaya?
Sino? Sino? One more.
One more,
Just
come
throw
on.
a name out there. Ay,
You know, I threw a name out there randomly for one of my segments recently, and I got it right.
Yeah,
So
nakuha niya ng tama.
Wow, okay. That is tough.
Tsaka especially when you're on the spot, no? Minsan
Follow your
nakakablanko.
heart.
Follow your gut. Follow your heart.
Oh my goodness. I want to say no, hindi rin siya, dalawa lang yun eh. As a coach, kasama ba? Or kailangan
Player nakalagay.
Hindi pa yung
First
player coach.
player.
Yeah.
First player to win an NBA championship.
3 different teams. Bigyan mo na sa akin yung egg.
Okay, and the answer
Come on, just
is...
try though. Let's get him to try. What was the name on your mind?
Steve Kerr, pero coaching isa eh.
No.
No.
The answer
Okay,
is
let's reveal. Let's reveal this.
John Sally.
Yes.
Detroit, Chicago, tsaka Lakers.
Was he in one of the options?
Yeah, naisip ko. Nakalimutan ko yung Chicago.
But bro, to be fair, I wouldn't have gotten this also.
Yeah.
That's tough.
If gusto namin malaman sino ba nasa comment section that got this right. Kung nakuha niyo to,
John Sally.
wow! Impressive! Okay, now it's time to drink the egg yolk. There ka, naka-cover siya to tignan natin.
Shot. Yo!
Wow!
Like a
Wow!
champ!
Oh my God!
Man,
Sorry.
our guy's gonna turn to Rocky Balboa soon enough.
That's good.
No, nakita ko yun. Naggagawa kasi nakita ko yung slime.
That's good. Thank
Nakita
you.
ko yung yolk. Oh my God, I could not do that. So you normally do that?
No, I don't. I've
But
done it before.
You've done it before dahil
Basta ginawa ko before.
it's a dare.
Yeah.
It was a
Same
dare.
lang.
Just like this one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, kayo ba? Kayo ba nagtitipid ng mantika at umiinom na lang ng egg yolk?
Protein.
Sino dyan?
Who needs
Totoo.
whey?
Like Rocky Balboa.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if you guys want to win some prizes, cash prizes, 15,000 pesos, we invite you to the studio to play a game with us. With Basket Pinas Time Out, you have a chance, and all you have to do is comment, join. So the people that engages the most, we send you an invite to come to this studio and win prizes. And even if you lose, you can take home as much as 5,000 pesos. Pero don't worry, kahit di kayo mapili, basta mag-sign up kayo sa 1xBet, you have a chance to win 12,000 pesos. Here's how.
Exactly. So, 12K welcome bonus para sa mga new account on 1xBet. Register na using our promo code PINASB. All caps lang. Again, PINASB. Message Basket Pinas page kung may question kayo. And also, may sasagot agad dyan. Yes, customer service, very good. If you guys want to place your bets in the upcoming PBA games, just go to 1xBet and use our promo code BPINAS. BPINAS, link is in the pinned comment section.
In the NBA games. We used to do PBA games. Pero ngayon, puro NBA na tayo. Now, good luck sa inyo. Sana makuha nyo yung ceiling na 12,000 peso voucher. But now, what we're gonna do, just like what we said before, we're gonna help you make smart predictions. So, here comes Predictsy. First, we're gonna start with Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, happening December 3rd, 8:30 a.m. So the Heat, they have surprisingly been inconsistent this season, being 8-8, with some disappointing losses like with the Raptors. So with that in mind, should Miami Heat fans, right here, like this one, is it time to panic? Is it time to worry or not yet?
It's not time to panic because it's not like they're also losing all their games, diba? The problem with the
8-8.
the problem with the Heat now that they're 9-9 is
9-9.
yeah, so they're 9-9 overall. They're, I believe, 5-5 at home, 4-4 on the road. They are the walking example of mediocrity. They are exactly what a middle of the pack team is. So what does that mean? They're not a championship contender, but they're also not a team that's like aiming for a high draft pick. they're right there in the middle. And I think sooner than later, and I am running out of patience because I'm getting tired of waking up at 6 a.m. to watch you guys get your behinds whooped. Okay, guys? They have to decide what direction are they going to take. Are they going to decide that this current build that they have with Adebayo, Butler, Hero is just not going to work and it's time to pull the plug and maybe trade some of those guys, not Bam, probably Jimmy, for like a high draft pick and look towards the future? Or will they look to maybe change their current team right now, try to add another player or try to change Jimmy with another player for a better chance at winning a championship? But the truth is, right now, they do not look like a championship contender. And like I said, they're not bad enough to also be a team you expect to get a high lottery pick. So they're stuck. And that's the worst place to be in the NBA, stuck in the middle. And for this game, Boston's going to win.
With a coach's perspective, is it time for the Miami Heat fans to panic? What should they do?
No, it's been maddening to watch Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
honestly,
man.
I mean, I pity the guys who have him on his fantasy team.
I'm one of them.
There's been a game now, 2 points now si Jimmy Buckets. So you can't have a nickname like Jimmy Buckets and have 2 points in the game.
No buckets.
Diba? But like you said, you don't want to be stuck in neutral. Essentially, they're 9-9. And I feel like it's not working anymore. They've had this score now for what, 4 or 5 years?
More, 6th year. This is the 6th year,
Yeah. So something has to give. It's either they trade away Jimmy para sa mga bata. They get because the draft next season is loaded with Cooper Flag and Co., Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. So either they do that or they stick it out and add another vet.
Yeah. Yep.
So with this game, Miami Heat versus
Boston.
Boston Celtics. Boston
Easily.
din ako. Number 2. So Boston. Unanimous. Okay, up next, Predictsy time for Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves happening December 3rd at 9 a.m. So may sinabi si Anthony Edwards about the Timberwolves' loss to their game against Sacramento. Sabi niya, we've been trying to figure this out the whole year, man. Speaking of the Timberwolves' defensive struggles. We thought defense was our identity, and it's not looking like it at all. Our identity right now, I think we're soft as hell, like the team internally. Not the other team, but internally, we're soft. So, do you think this is an issue that they'll be experiencing the entire season? And what should be done about this?
Well, I think they can still turn it around. But I'm not sure they're as good as the team that we saw last season that made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. And that begs the question, did they make the right decision trading Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle? Because, yes, you understand the financial motivation why Minnesota might want to make the deal because they weren't comfortable paying Karl Anthony Towns that kind of money, and at the same time, if Randall doesn't work out, they don't need to pay him an extension and they can use that money to maybe get somebody else. But at the same time, it's so rare to have a team that contends for a championship. And for a city like Minnesota that waited about 20 years to see the Wolves be a contender again, I just can't help but wonder, did they really have to make that move? And they can't even say the move worked because right now they're not playing like a good basketball team.
But they traded the wrong big.
Maybe.
They traded the wrong big. They chose Gobert over
Towns.
Cat.
Yeah.
And they traded the wrong big. They don't need a guy like Gobert who can't give you offense. Sure, he can defend, but he's not as elite a defender
Yeah.
anymore. So easily, especially you're going up against the Lakers. I mean, Anthony Davis ka, you have LeBron. Given Lakers do have injury problems sa kanilang bench. But, Anthony Davis all day over Gobert and Julius Randle is not that guy.
Nope.
Now na nasa topic na tayo ng Lakers. So the Lakers made necessary adjustments inserting rookie Dalton Connect for Cam Reddish in the starting lineup following the match versus San Antonio Spurs. This is the 4th lineup change this season in a span of 18 games and one that was done in favor of offense. So do you think that they found their permanent starting 5 already with this?
I think there's a chance they did because at the end of the day, you want to play your best players on the court, right? And I think Dalton Connect is one of the best players on the team. The only guys I could say definitively are better than him are AD, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. And you might even make the case there's some games Dalton Connect is playing better than Austin Reeves. And it's not like throwing in your typical rookie in the starting unit when we're talking about Dalton Connect. Because, yes, he might be a rookie in the NBA, but this guy played a lot of years in college basketball. And we've seen that the guys who come in after playing multiple years in college basketball, those are the guys who are a little more veteran savvy, they're patient, they're not trying to figure so many things out on the fly. And if you look at him, Dalton Connect, what he does best, which is shooting the basketball, it fits into what the Lakers need next to their main guys.
What do you think?
Oh, I love it. As a Laker fan, I love Connect 4 in the starting 5.
Connect 4.
Connect 4. Because, number one, it gives LeBron and AD a lot more space to operate.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
guys can shoot around them.
Especially like he likes shooting from the corners.
Exactly. And, God bless Cam Reddish. And I love him because he's a dookie. Pero he's not really contributing anything.
You can say
on
the truth,
offense.
he stinks.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's supposed to be a defender, but he's not defending.
So let's take a vote. Who will win in this matchup?
I'm gonna go Minnesota because the Lakers are playing on the second night of a back-to-back.
Oh yeah, the Lakers back-to-back. Pero as a Laker fan, I'm taking the Lakers just because the Wolves are so dysfunctional right now.
Okay. Who am I gonna side with? You know what? I'll go with the Lakers. 2 Lakers. And 1 Minnesota, locking it down. Hey, you know what? We have another chance to give you the 1,000 peso voucher for our third fast break question. Again, we have to remind you, kailangan tama ang mechanics. Here's how.
Absolutely. Here's how. Number 1, like and follow Basket Pinas on Facebook at Basket Pinas PH. Number 2, share the live stream on your Facebook page. Make sure your profile is set to public. Number 3, comment your answer for our fast break question during the live stream. Number 4, watch the live stream and wait for the announcement of the winners with the correct answers towards the end of the episode. Number 5, participants must be registered on 1xBet using our promo code BPINAS to join the giveaway.
All right. Here is fast break question number 3.
Who is the youngest player to win the NBA MVP award?
Who is the youngest player to win the NBA MVP award? Write it down below. Use the hashtag BasketPinas. Good luck sa inyo dahil ito na ang inyong huling chance sa manalo ng 1,000 peso voucher. Now we're moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies versus Dallas Mavericks, December 4, 9:30 a.m. It's a battle of the two of the longest win streaks in the West. Grizzlies 6 straight, Dallas 4 straight wins. So I have some facts. As of the last 10 games, the Grizzlies and the Mavs have been on the opposite ends of each other. The Grizzlies are 7th in offense, but 3rd in defense. On the flip side, Dallas is 4th on offense and 11th on defense. Now, what will that mean for this matchup?
Well, that means that it's going to be determined, in my opinion, by the team who can get off to a strong start. The team that can set the pace early, the team that dictates the flow and energy of the game. And I have to say, I'm really liking what I've seen from Memphis as of late. They finally are starting to get healthy, and I'm going to cross my fingers they stay healthy because it feels like every time they get someone back, someone else goes out. I really like this team when complete. Ja Morant is electrifying when he's not, doing the kind of dumb stuff off the court. But at the same time, Memphis, let's not forget, again, I mentioned this before, 2 years ago, they were the number 2 seed in the Western Conference before all the injuries started really hurting them. And they're playing a Dallas team that I feel is still trying to find its way. I find it so strange that Dallas went on their best stretch of the season when Luka was out. They went 4-1, if I'm not mistaken, when Luka was hurt. Luka came back, but then Kyrie missed the game because of some kind of injury. So I feel like Dallas is still trying to find their identity, who they are, especially with the new additions to the team like Klay Thompson. But I think Memphis is ready to rock and roll, and I'm picking Memphis for this game.
Now, the Grizzlies are one of the hottest right now, considering that they're playing in the West because of Ja Morant. So, who in Dallas is going to be responsible for guarding him?
Nobody can guard Ja Morant from Dallas. I mean, they're gonna throw multiple people at Ja, but Dallas doesn't have really that guy who can lock down anyone.
What about you? What do you think?
I think, coach can probably attest to this. Sometimes when you're defending a really good player, you just have to realize there's no stopping him, but you just have to make it as hard for him as possible. And one of the ways to make it as hard as possible for an elite offensive talent like Ja Morant is, 1, prevent easy scoring opportunities. So don't let him get out on fast break opportunities to get easy points and build a rhythm. Number 2, don't just put one defender on him. Put multiple defenders on him. Give him different defenders to challenge him so that he doesn't get comfortable going up against just one guy, and he needs to keep trying to figure out what to do. Maybe throw in a double team here, a triple team here, a trap here. Dallas has to be as creative as possible to limit Ja Morant.
What about Spencer Dinwiddie?
Oh, he's past his prime. I like him as a bench piece para sa Dallas. Definitely kaya niya mag-score off the bench. Laking tulong siya. But at the end of the day, Dallas doesn't have the defense to really contend sa depth ng Memphis.
Okay, so let's take a vote. Who's going to win?
I'm going with Memphis.
You're going with Memphis.
The Grizz.
I'm gonna go with Dallas, but they rely a lot on the alley-oop because of their athletic center, because of Lively and Gafford. But the Grizzlies do have the size to interrupt them, like Edie. So, napapaisip ako because you sided with the opposite. I'm gonna go with Dallas. Also, because Luka is back, but then they play well without him. Still Dallas. Okay, locking it in. All right, up next. Golden State Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets happening December 4th, 11 a.m. Okay. Now, ito ang tanong, what's wrong with the Denver Nuggets? Because they're currently 10-7 right now.
Well, if you ask Jamal Murray, apparently they party too much in Los Angeles. They lack a scoring punch, in my opinion. Like, Jokic is really good, and all the stats are awesome. But we've seen time and time again, one guy can't win you games. It takes a team to win. And Denver knows this because Denver, when they won the championship in 2023, despite the fact that Jokic was really good, the fact that everyone from the team contributed was one of the reasons why they were so good. They were harder to stop. And Jamal Murray's been inconsistent. Michael Porter, some games he shoots the ball really well. Some games he doesn't, and he's not really a great defender. They're still missing Aaron Gordon. So maybe, like I said earlier, Denver, it feels like they need to make a trade to add another scoring source.
Okay, so you think they should consider trading somebody, making trades?
I think so. Now, it doesn't have to be like a dramatic trade unless a big-time opportunity presents itself, but maybe like another scorer that you can get off the bench to give you 11, 12 extra points a game.
Who would you like?
Okay, Actually, you know what? If they can get Zach LaVine, I think they should do it.
Do you think they should make a trade like Zach LaVine or stay on course?
I love the Zach LaVine trade because he's just going to get better with Jokic around him. Everybody gets better with Jokic around him. And that's what Denver needs, a scorer.
Exactly.
And LaVine won't be asked to do a lot. And they just score.
And Chicago is open about that.
Yeah.
The fact that they want to trade LaVine, right? They've been trying to trade him for a while now.
So let's take a vote. Are we gonna side with the Denver Nuggets or Golden State Warriors na may losing streak?
I think I'm going to go Denver here. Home court Denver. So they have a
Home
great
court,
home court
okay.
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, with Steph not at 100%.
He's injured, yeah.
Denver.
Okay, ako din, I'm gonna go with Denver Nuggets. Locking it down. Okay, we hope that helped you out. And now we're gonna do other predictions. We're not gonna dive deep and discuss them. We're just gonna tell you right off the bat who we think are gonna win. Okay, first, December 3rd, 8:30 a.m. New Orleans Pelicans versus Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta.
ATL.
Okay, locked it in. Same day, 9 a.m., Brooklyn Nets versus Chicago Bulls. Hey, Chicago Bulls, ang ganda nung ano nila nung last time. Okay, Brooklyn Nets versus Chicago Bulls.
Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh, I have the Bulls here because guys are injured sa Nets.
And also, they defeated the Boston Celtics, di ba? Nung last game, so parang, I like what the Bulls did. Okay, December 4th, Milwaukee Bucks versus Detroit Pistons, 8 a.m.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Same.
Milwaukee as well. Okay, final prediction. Orlando Magic versus New York Knicks. December 4th, 8:30 in the morning.
This is a good one. New York.
Tell me why it's a good one.
Because Orlando's the second best team in the Eastern Conference, right? No, third best. And New York's the fourth best. And Orlando's been playing great basketball even without their best player. In New York, there's some games they look like the best team in the NBA, and some games they look like they won't make the playoffs. So
Yeah.
The trash earlier.
yeah, the unpredictability I think is going to be very exciting.
Final answer.
New York.
New York.
A Magic.
Ah.
Orlando Magic.
I'm gonna go with the Magic. I don't like unpredictable stuff. Magic it is. All right. So just in case you want to know again kung ano nga ba, kung saan kami bumoto, you can always rewind this at Basket Pinas PH. Now, we're gonna reveal the answer for the fast break question. So, check it out. If you got it right, and you might be one of the 10 to win the 1,000 peso voucher. We're gonna go back, rewind, fast break question number 1. Here we go. So who was the first player to score 70 points in an NBA game? Mark, do you have the answer?
It's Elgin Baylor.
Without looking at the sheet.
Elgin Baylor.
No? Okay. Let's see if that's right. And the answer is
Ta-da!
tama. Okay. Fast break question number 2. You can read the question once again.
And that was which player holds the record for most consecutive games played in NBA history? And another Laker.
Okay, and the right answer is
AC Green, the Iron Man himself.
AC Green. Okay, now we're gonna go to fast break question number 3.
Third one, who is the youngest player to win the NBA MVP award?
Ay, madali lang to. Dapat alam nyo to. Okay, tan-tananan. The answer is
Recently retired Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose. No, when Derrick Rose came here, I think 2014, I got my Derrick Rose shoes. When he launched his shoes, I got it signed, pero nagpupulbos na siya.
Oh,
Oh,
Dapat
okay.
acrylic
So we
gloves.
hope you guys got that right. He's super nice.
He is.
Okay, so now we're gonna reveal the 10 winners for the 1,000 peso voucher that 1xBet is gonna give out. Ba-bam! Let's check it out. Sana nandito ang inyong pangalan. At kung kayo ay isa sa 5 ang nanalo. Kung kayo ay isa sa 5 na nanalo, congratulations sa inyo. Ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, mag-PM, mag-DM, mag-send sa amin ng message para malaman kung paano ma-claim ang inyong papremyo. Congratulations! And also, don't forget, if you sign up for 1xBet, you can get as much as 12,000 pesos. Here's how.
Exactly. 12K welcome bonus para sa mga new account on 1xBet. Register na using our promo code BPINAS, all caps. Message Basket Pinas page kung may question kayo and may sasagot ka agad dyan. If you guys want to place your bets in the upcoming NBA games, like we just advise some of you to do so, go to 1xBet and use our promo code BPINAS, link in the pinned comments section.
BPinas! Alright, once again, kapag hindi nyo nakuha lahat ng mga sagot namin at yung mga discussions namin, you can always rewind the episode and you can support us, Basket Pinas PH on IG, YouTube, and on Facebook. Of course, it matters a lot to us if you share our live, if you like the page. Do like it right now. If you haven't liked it, click like right now. Click like right now. And share. Okay, thank you so much dahil dito po nagtatapos ang ating show. Pero kailangan natin pasalamatan. Mark, thank you. How can we support you? Where else can we find you?
Well, number one, can you like and follow the Instagram page or the social media pages of our basketball team? The UNP men's basketball team, that's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We're all there. Please support us. We actually have a game tomorrow that's going to be live.
What's the page?
On the Interscholastic Athletic Association Facebook page. That's the full name. So games at 2 p.m. tomorrow. If you can catch it, that's cool. Me, I'm at Coach Mark on Instagram, on X, and on TikTok.
And what other shows are you doing right now?
I do broadcasts for different leagues. So
Like what? We want to support you.
the junior MPBL, I do. Probably gonna do the PSL. Probably gonna do something else that I can't say yet. So basta, andun lang ako. You'll find me.
So to be more updated with Mark,
Yeah.
follow him on social media. Talagang you're one of the people na it's nice to have on the podcast as well kasi napaka-soothing ng voice mo.
Pang ASMR.
Kahit, kahit naghuhugas ako ng pinggan, hindi ako nanonood ng TV, papakinggan, like, talagang tututok ako, papakinggan ko yan eh. So it was so great to have
Thanks
you.
for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Let's keep supporting him. Let's follow him. And hey, Naveen, good job! You
Thank
switched
you.
seats kasi dati nandiyan siya nakaupo. Ngayon dito naman siya nakaupo. So how was it with your first day co-hosting Basket Pinas?
No, absolutely fun. Of course, I give all the credit to Mara and to Coach for making it easy for me, and of course our awesome production team behind the scenes are always doing a great job. And to all our viewers, maraming salamat for always tuning in. Hope you guys watch all episodes. And if you guys miss me doing the analysis, I'll be back there soon enough. Hopefully, I won't be having to take no shots of egg.
It's fun. Masarap.
And any podcast happening soon?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a busy week for the podcast. I'll have a few episodes regarding the UAAP finals starting this weekend. And I'll also... I told you, Mara, I did a Moana 2 movie review.
Oh yes, the review. I
Yes.
still have to see it. I need to watch it.
So I released that. I had my wife on as a guest for that episode because we watched a movie together. And then I also have an episode this week reviewing Gladiator 2 that's coming out this
Is it
week.
out?
Are you
On
not
December
entertained?
4.
Oh, yes.
And it was an absolutely amazing movie. And I don't want to spoil too much. So you guys follow my podcast. It's The Navs Effect. You can find the links on my social media that's down there on the screen right now.
We love having you here, Naveen. Now, meron tayong show once again happening Wednesday. So this week for season 4, we changed schedule. So instead of Tuesday, Friday, it's now gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, open your phones right now. Put it on your calendar. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And just in case you wake up early in the morning, join me on Magic 89.9, 6 to 9 a.m. in the morning. And also, if you have any problems that you want to be solved, you can call us on GTWM, the podcast. We want to help you out with that. But otherwise, I'll see you again this coming Wednesday for Basket Pinas Predicts, powered by 1xBet. Keep it good vibes, everybody, and see you on Wednesday.